What's going on, guys? Yes, it's me again with another piano tutorial video since my last one did so well. Today I'm going to be doing Sweden from Minecraft, which is probably one of the most iconic songs in Minecraft. First, I'm going to do a little playthrough, which you're watching right now, and then at the end, I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to play it yourself. I hope you enjoy the video, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And there it is. So first I'm going to start with the right hand, and the right hand is a chord progression most of the way with a little bit of extra notes added to make the melody. So first I'm going to go over the right hand in the first line, and really that covers most of the right hand, and we'll go over line by line the different melodies that there are. So first there's a G and a B here, and then there's an A and a D, but your fingers are already in place to hit it right here. And then you drop your thumb one from where it was originally, and then you play that A once more with an F sharp in it, and then you play an A and a C sharp. And that's pretty much the chord progression for the whole song. Is roughly, it's an E minor, D major, F sharp major, A major, and then back to E minor again. So I'm going to go over the rest of the first line. So the first line, and it's that same chord progression throughout, variations upon it where you might add a note extra to the chord so that way it sounds a little more full, and then we'll go over that line by line. Next I'm going to teach you the left hand, and the left hand is relatively simple. It's pretty easy. It's the same thing throughout the entire song. These are half notes in 4/4 time, so each of these takes up half a measure, and again this repeats throughout the entire song. You start with an E, then an F sharp, then a G, then a B, then an A, then a G, and then right back down to D, which is one lower than where you started, and that's a whole note, so it takes up an entire measure. And then that chord progression is played on top of this left hand, and it sounds very nice. So let's go through the first line real quick, really slowly. That's the entire first line of the song. And then the rest of the song we're going to go over right now. And again, it starts with the same G and B that we initially started off with. So the second line starts with the same G and B, and we have this. So you do this A, B, and that's what it is. So then back down to this D major chord with the A on the bottom. And then you add this B at the top again. And then the little melody is D, E, and then it goes back down to the F sharp major chord. F sharp minor, my bad. So again, we added an F sharp A and then came back down to this A major chord, which is kind of our home base where everything returns to at the end. That's how pretty much every chord progression is going to end, and it's kind of a nice resolve, I tend to think. So then we have this next little bit, which is okay, so we had the same start, we had the G and the B, and then we go up to a D, a little bit higher, and then we go F sharp at the same time as the B, and then right there with an A, and then we come back to the chords. And here we have this, and then we have this D, E, and then back to the F sharp minor, and then A, F sharp, and then back to our A major root. And then we go back to the same start, A, B, and then we have this octave chord. So it's actually a D with an F sharp, D octave with an F sharp. And it kind of gives that nice sound, how it is in Minecraft. Everyone loves it. So we go F sharp, E, and then we go back to this C sharp octave with an F sharp in it. So we go from the D sharp to the C sharp, or the D to the C sharp. So we're just flattening it by a half note. And then we have a D, C sharp, and then we go back to our chord, and this time, once again, it's an A major chord, but this time the A is actually on top of the rest of the notes. So then we go start the same thing with the G and the B, with the B, A, and then back here with this D major with the A on the bottom, F sharp, A, and then back to our A major. And then we have the full E minor chord. So for the last line of the song, we're actually going to play the entirety of the E minor chord to start us off instead of just the G and the B that we would usually do. We're going to add the E in there. So again, it sounds exactly the same. D, E, and then back to the F sharp minor, F sharp, A, and then back to A again. And then we're going to do the same thing again with the entirety of the E minor chord. A, B, and then back to this octave, the D with the F sharp, and then we're going to have an A, D, E, and then we're going to have the C sharp with the F sharp octave. And then we're actually going to have this nice note here. We're going to add an F sharp at the top, and we're going to play that at the same time as we play our G. And then back to the A. And there you go. That's the entire song. If you liked the video, make sure to drop a like on it, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so I know I can make more content like this. Thanks everyone for watching. Adios.